welcome back to today's lesson where we're going to go ahead and actually create a group. I'm going to show you exactly how you do it. In the previous lesson, we talked about why you might want to grow a group, and today we're going to talk about just the specific settings that you want to set up when you create your first group. So let's go to LinkedIn and take a look. So here we are back on LinkedIn, and you want to go over to Interests and over to Groups, and then you want to go on View More. And then you want to go down here to where it says Create a Group. And this is where you're going to fill out the initial information for your group. Now, you want to create a custom logo for your group. Ideally, this is not something that's just your company's logo. This is going to be the group's logo. This is a community that you're forming around a topic. So just like I showed you, for example, social media marketing today was one group. I also show you lawyer marketing, how to grow your practice. So whatever niche you're in, whatever industry you're in, what is the interest that your prospects have? Because this is a group that we want to create to attract prospects. So, for example, in my case, and I have not done this yet, but if I wanted to, I could create a group all around LinkedIn marketing, for example. So everybody that joins this group has an interest in how to better market themselves on LinkedIn and generate leads on LinkedIn. Those would obviously be great prospects for the course that you're going through right now. Or also, if my target audience are salespeople, I might want to create a group around sales strategies and how to close more of your prospects. Something along those lines. So think about what do your prospects want, which is typically the result that you provide, and create a group around that, because that's what's going to attract your perfect prospects to want to join this group. Now use Fiverr or a website like Upwork.com to have somebody create a logo for your group. You're going to hit this, and then you're going to create a group name. Now what you want to do is think of some names for the group, and then just do a search on LinkedIn and see if that name is already taken. A lot of times it will be. And what you want to do is make your name as short and concise as possible. You know, a lot of the great names are already taken, like for example, social media marketing. That's a great group name, but you know, he started that group. It was one of the first groups on LinkedIn. So the shorter you can keep the name, the better. And to see if it's even available, just do searches on LinkedIn with groups marked off, and then see if you can get the group name that you want that describes the group in 3 words or less, ideally. Now, as far as group type, whenever I've set up groups for clients, I've either gone with networking group or professional group. So I'll leave it up to you on that. But mark off whatever makes sense. If it's for a nonprofit, then it's for a nonprofit. If it's a conference, maybe you own an expo, then it's a conference group. You can do corporate group. I've just never chose that, or alumni group. That's more for colleges and stuff like that. So I've never done other. Just professional group is probably plenty. This is LinkedIn, it's a professional social network, so that's good enough. Next, you want to create a summary for the group. This is going to tell people what this group is about. This should be the benefits of them joining this group. So think always in the sense of benefit. And in the description, it's just, to me, it's just a longer summary that we just talked about. So we can add more benefits as to what people are going to learn about in the group, who the group is for, and why they want to join this group versus other groups. If you have a website for the group, you can put that here. If not, you can just put your own company website here, your email here. And I usually like to use the request to join. So I always leave it on this setting here, because you don't want to accept just anyone and everyone, because some of those people might be really spammy, especially new LinkedIn profiles or profiles with less than like 10 connections. So you want to just make sure that you have to go in there and approve people, so that you can actually manage the quality of your group. And I would say leave those marked. Allow members to invite others to join this group, because that's going to help grow your group. So why not? If your group is based on a single location, like a particular city, then you would mark this and put where it is. If not, then just leave it off. And then obviously you have to accept the terms of service. And then you're going to either create an open group or create a members only group. If you create an open group, you cannot change it later to a members only group. And an open group just basically means when people find your group on the group's directory, that they can see all the discussions and activity that's going on inside the group. If you create a members only group, that means that the group is going to look like this. See, I can't really see any of the information, anything that's going on in this particular group, but open groups, I can click on view, and I can see all the information, that's all the discussions that are being posted in the group. So I'll leave that up to you. I personally like to make it a members only group. If you change your mind later, you can switch to an open group, but you cannot change from an open group to a members only group once you've selected this. All right, so I hit create group, and then this is the next screen that it takes me to invite all of my connections. So you don't want to invite your connections right when you create the group, because there's no posts in the group and there's no members in the group. So there's nothing at all going on. There's absolutely no reason for anyone to join this group just yet. So we're gonna skip this step for now, and we're gonna come back to it later. And then there we go. We have our group now. So let's go back, let's go to manage and discuss the other settings that you want to have set up before you start inviting people to the group. So you want to go to group settings, and we want to leave this as is, enable the promotions feature and the jobs feature. That's going to save you a lot of time. And as far as permissions, I always like to click this one. Everybody has to be moderated, but they're free to post comments to discussions that are already posted. But for any new jobs or any promotions or any discussions going into the group, you have to moderate the content first. And that's just really to maintain the quality of the group. Now, as far as restrictions, I like to put this at 7, and I like to put this one at 14, just because I just want to maintain the quality of the group. And if somebody is new, I don't want them to be able to post anything right away. I want to get a feel for them. And also, people who are new to LinkedIn, there's a possibility it could be a spam profile, so we don't want to take any chances. And then definitely mark this one. Now, you can select auto join. Auto join means anybody that wants to join the group is automatically approved. Or if you want them to request to join the group first, and then you have to manually approve them. I prefer to leave on request to join. And definitely you want them to be able to, you want the group to display in the group's directory and allow members to display the logo on their profiles. Now this group is not a single geographic location, and then there we go. So everything looks good. And then we can hit save changes. And then the group rules, this is where you'll go ahead and add your group rules. I'm going to give you a template for the group rules that I like to use, and it pretty much covers everything that you possibly would need. So you can just copy and paste those in here and modify them a little bit for your own purposes. Now, templates. I love this feature of LinkedIn groups. Basically, when somebody sends a request to join, they can be sent an automatic message, and then when you accept them into the group, they get a welcome message, and then if you decline them, they also get a message. So along with this lesson, I'm going to give you messaging templates that you can use. And the great thing is, with this request to join message, you can use that to promote your lead magnets or webinar events or things like that. So definitely use that for this. I'll show you how we do ours. And then the same thing with the welcome message. This is a way for you to warm up new members, welcome them in, and provide them something of value, especially as we've gone over in the previous trainings on how to create great content and how to provide value to the LinkedIn community. We'll utilize that here as well. And just a few other things for you to note. If you ever want to change the ownership of the group, you would change the owner here. If for whatever reason you ever want to delete the group, you would do that here. And if you want to create additional subgroups, you would do this here. If you've decided that growing a LinkedIn group is something that you want to do, you need to name and set up your group. And then once you do that, create your group logos and then get your group created. And once you have your group created, go ahead and send us a screenshot so you can earn your badge. Now, in the next lesson, we're going to be talking about best practices to manage your group.